everybody, and welcome to Le Gaming Lounge for Le Gaming Talk Show on Le Gaming Channel. Anyway, guys, thanks for showing up today. We have, our regular panelists, less one or two who happen to be busy right now. Hopefully, we get a chance to share this out on the social medias. It doesn't look like we've built up a huge audience at the moment, but I'm sure we'll build as we go. So thank you for being here. First, let's talk about the panel. Let's introduce the panel. We'll start first with Kai Makes Fun Things, or Kai MFS. What's going on, brother Kai?
How's it going, everybody? See, I told you I had a new background.
That's very nice. That's your
great.
foreground. So, but there he is. Whoa! Ooh, here he comes. Very good. Well, so what's going on? What do you got going on? What do you have to talk about? What's up?
I'm going to start covering anime on my channel, more specifically as it pertains to writing and characters and whatnot. And I'm moving, so that won't be for like a month.
Nice.
But I'm excited to move. I'm moving in with my best friend and his wife, and we've never lived together. But yeah, like I really miss them, and so it'll be nice to be living with my bestie.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. All right, what's going on with you, Mr. Angelus?
Not too much. Doing the game streaming like normal. Me and my buddy Shadows53 started our own show called The Fallen Angels Exposed, but that's a working title. I had suggested Presents, but we'll see on that. But we basically talk whatever is interesting us at the time. Usually it seems to be focusing around wrestling. So I'm kind of going to lean into that a little bit more on my channel because I don't see a lot of people really covering that much.
Right.
So yeah, and we're going to do it like twice a month, maybe once a month, because we want it to be natural. We don't want to have to force the conversations and all that stuff. So,
all right. That's cool. Anytime you can do something organic like we're doing here on this show, it always works out for the best. So that's pretty cool. So hopefully we can expand upon that by expanding the audience here and on our other channels as well. Well, as you guys know, for me, it's just my weekday daily show. I get to do the 6-minute daily. LOUNG. I get to do the 6-minute daily show, which is a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing that. And then, of course, I do, a couple different videos per week, and then all the live streaming stuff that I do, like the Tuesday tirade with Tom and the Friday pre-flight, and then all of the stuff that happens today. I mean, I know many of you are going to be on a bunch of other shows today. A lot of things happen in the community. I really don't want to dwell on those things from yesterday, the events of yesterday. Those will get dealt with in another place. But we can certainly talk about, some of the stuff that's coming to the future of media going forward. With that, I think we should dive right into the very first thing we're going to talk about today, which. I think we're going to start with news. That seems to be everybody's favorite subject. So with that, here's the news. And of course, the news now is going to be more and more about cloud gaming, because everything happens to be about streaming and cloud services and stuff like that. And I think that most of these platforms are going to dive deeper and deeper into that. NVIDIA is actually doubling the price of its GeForce Now cloud gaming service for new users, as is this article telling us. Of course, this is from The Verge, but it doesn't make it wrong. So NVIDIA says that the cloud platform is ready for prime time, but that it means it'll cost more. Well, of course, streaming services are going to be more costly, but you're getting rid of a lot of overhead when you stream a game. At the same time, you're adding a bunch of latency. You guys have anything to add before we get started?
Well, I know that NVIDIA recently, the NVIDIA, what's the thing? They reduced latency in Overwatch by like 50%. So they're at least putting, if they're going to charge more, we at least see them putting in footwork to continue to improve. So that's good.
Right. Yeah. And we're starting to see that more and more. They're using an algorithm to predict gaming activity. So are you going to make this turn and make this shot? And if you are, we're going to predict that that's going to happen. and they just kind of give you the benefit of the doubt. So as we get going, we've got some folks popping in the chat saying, hey, we have El Punk Trace, what's going on? Soul Assassin, it's good to see you. And of course, Storyman Jack. Guys, check out Storyman Jack's latest story, the one that is his version of his version of Lord of the Rings. So it was about 41 minutes long. It's a pretty good thing to sit down and listen to. I think you'll all rather enjoy that.
Nice.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. But let's go on with the story just a little bit. Let's wade in a little ways. Of course, this actually came out this morning, so about 9 a.m. Eastern. So NVIDIA on Thursday announced a new subscription tier for GeForce Now cloud gaming service called Priority that will replace the existing paid Founders tier and contain the same perks, like the extended session length and RTX support. The change will come with an increased price, of course. What used to be $4.99 will now be $9.99, so it's $10 a month. So you must really love to game, They also are I guess setting it up for a $99.99 per year subscription. However, for those that have active memberships as of the 17th, they'll be eligible for the founders pricing for life. So that's $60 a year. So if you were a founder yesterday, you didn't have to pay nearly as much. It looks like there's a free tier with standard access and 1 hour session links for $0. I don't know anybody that only plays for
That's crazy.
But all right.
It's like your parents giving you an hour of time to play as a kid. But I can't get anything done doing this.
I'm gonna play for an hour and I'm gonna hit save and then I'm gonna log off. And then I'll come back and whenever I'm allowed to get another session. Seems kind of silly to me.
Mm-hmm.
But, it is what it is. So
what is this service of theirs? What does it provide?
Well,
because I'm not sure what this subscription would be for. If it's to NVIDIA, like for a graphics card?
No. It's cloud gaming. This is a cloud gaming.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
like
Stadia. Sorry.
Yeah. So NVIDIA intends to continue upping its investment in the platform as it's proved quite successful with close to 10 million members in an otherwise struggling cloud gaming scene. Most recently, Google closed down its in-house game development studios, creating titles for Stadia service, while Amazon's Luna platform remains in beta. So GeForce Now differs from those platforms by letting members stream games they've already purchased from Epic, Steam, and other digital distributors over the cloud. The service's paid tier launch last year was a bumpy one after high-profile publishers like Activision Blizzard and 2K Games pulled their libraries. The dispute caused NVIDIA streaming those companies' games without explicit permission. Kind of weird. Since then,
I remember that.
Since then, NVIDIA switched to an opt-in model to court game makers to the platform on friendlier terms. So it's interesting. I don't know. I mean, you still have to buy the game, but you don't have to provide the top-end PC to play it. And again, I think that's kind of the future of the cloud-based gaming services. I just don't see a future for this at all. And as Soul Assassin says here in the chat, Stadia is still around.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, believe it or not. Speaking of which, I have something to show everybody in the chat here in just a few minutes, but we're going to move on to our next story unless you guys have something else to say on this one or anybody in the chat.
I just think the infrastructure right now, as far as the internet and things go with streaming games, isn't really where it should be as far as trying to pursue these services now. I think like maybe in 5-10 years, then maybe. But there's rural areas that can't benefit from this because they don't have access necessarily to really good internet. So
Well, I agree, but sorry.
Please go ahead.
I agree, but I also think that in terms of like business and creating an infrastructure to do this and making everything you need to make it happen. If they wait until internet and everything is like ready, then they'll be too late. Launch. They need to do it before and build up so that when they converge. Ideally,
they launch when it's ready is basically what you mean.
Right.
And then they're at the front of it, so there's no need to catch up. There's no need to build up a thing. They've already got it going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think actually they're in pretty good shape as the infrastructure gets built out and as Starlink becomes more and more available in North America. I think that point-to-point satellite gaming will improve, even though you'll have a little bit more latency overhead in the transmission time. I think that that'll be a good thing for people that are trying to stream or use services like StreamYard or YouTube or whatever else. I think it'll solve a lot of problems that currently exist. All right, guys. Well, we have another news story, and with another news story, we have another intro segment. And of course, we have the PS5 and Xbox Series X will be restocking at Walmart today. So here we go again. If you're seeing this now, chances are you already missed it. I hate to tell you that. This always happens about the same time every day, every time they go to restock. If you want to keep up on this, you need to be sure to check out GameSpot on pretty much on every Tuesday and Thursday, so that in the morning early, so that you can see if it's going to be a day that they're restocking at Walmart. But as you can see, the PS5 and the Xbox Series S are making their return to the shelves on the 18th, which is today at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. So chances are, peace out. They're gone. Yep. But keep in mind that this is another source of information where you could actually find out when and where these things are going to happen. So for whatever reason, Walmart and GameSpot have kind of talked this out and made it so that at least you're aware that this is going to happen. What do you guys think? You think that this is a good way to let customers know that they could get their hands on something like this, or do you think it creates an artificial rush to a store where nobody's getting one anyway?
If there's demand, people are going to be there no matter what.
Yeah, that's what I think. So yeah, I think that's
when I was back when the GameCube came out, I was like in high school, I think. I carried $300 on me to buy one, and I would just go from store to store every day. Y'all got GameCubes? Y'all got GameCubes? Until I got one. So
luckily, I worked at Kmart in the back, so I was able to score. Score like a Wii when it was really hard to find, and stuff like that. And then I had left there when the Xbox One came out. But I knew the manager back there, so I just was like, "Hey, can you tell me how many you guys got?" They told me, and then I just showed up and was able to get one. But so
nice.
I guess Storyman loves the news, and yeah. So there you are. All right. Well, we have one more news story, which means we have one more news cycle. So for those of you who love the news. And this is kind of some cool information. PS5's got their new VR 2.0, and they're giving us a first look at the controllers. This is also a GameSpot story, so you can go and look this one up. This one dropped this morning as well. And actually, I think it looks pretty good. It looks very similar to like a cross between a Vive controller, a Knuckles controller for the Index, and I kind of like the way it's structured. So let's take a look at this. This essentially, this innovation is being introduced.
Pixar didn't happen.
DualSense. There it is. Right there.
Oh,
there it is. Yeah.
That's interesting.
From their saying, they have some unique features. They're saying our new VR controller speaks to our mission of achieving a deeper sense of presence and a stronger feel of the immersion in VR experiences. It will build upon the innovation we introduced with the DualSense wireless controller, which changed how games feel, of course. At least on the PS5, by unlocking a new way to tap into the sense of touch. Now we're bringing that innovation to VR gaming. With the PS5 VR controller, has an orb shape that Sony says will allow you to hold it naturally. The controller is said to offer a high degree of freedom with no constraints moving for your hands, so you can move around. As you can see, you're going to be able to kind of wing these things around, right? So it's also got, of course, haptic feedback and everything else. But it also has finger touch detection, which can detect your fingers without you need to press anything, where your thumb, index finger, and middle finger is. Tracking is done through a tracking ring, obviously, And basically, this is what it looks like. I think it looks pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it actually does. I wonder if the like ring around your wrist is so that you don't like bang your hand on shit, swinging them around.
That plus it can track what your hand's doing, right? Because if it's got
if you're like do this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good point.
Yeah. But obviously, the VR control is tracked by the new VR headset through a tracking ring across the bottom of the controller. I think this is going to be pretty cool. I really do. It gives you an idea what all the buttons are on each of the grips. So it looks like it's going to be like half a standard controller in each hand. I like that. I think it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see what the headset looks like. But,
yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. All right.
VR is definitely something that I was interested in with the PS4, but because obviously the 5's out, I'm not going to spend the stuff on the PS4 version of it.
Right. Well, of course, we've got new games. They release every single week. We'll go over the stuff that released the early part of the month just to remind you what's out there or what's about to be out there. And we'll do that with your favorite stinger. New games coming soon. Also, new games that are out now. Of course, we have Nobody Cares. Plants vs. Zombies. That's coming out on the 19th, which who cares? That's tomorrow. Story of Seasons. That's the 23rd. We have Tunche, March 23rd. Overcooked All You Can Eat, March 23rd. And Yakuza 6, which is March 25th. Those are all games that will release before we have another show. Immortals Phoenix Rising, that was the one that was the big push, if you guys remember, back at both of the games reveals for Xbox and PS5. That one's also the 25th. Where are you guys falling on that?
I've heard good things as far as Immortals Phoenix Rising. Definitely something that I will check out at some point. I've heard it's got a lot of Breath of the Wild vibes to it from some people. So
yeah, and it looked like that too at the games reveal, if I remember correctly. And of course, we also have, Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. I think that's going to be a pretty good game on PC. Of course, all these other ones are obviously, they're out in the world. You have a couple for the Switch or 3 for the Switch, and then you have Overcooked, which I could care two shits about. But Yakuza 6 will be pretty cool, and Immortals Phoenix Rising looked like it was going to be quite the title, and it's releasing on everything, including Stadia, which I think is hysterical. I have no idea what Balan Wonderworld is. Do you guys want to see what Balan Wonderworld is?
Sure.
Okay, let's see if I can open it in a new
Is that
tab.
the thing above? Is that what that is by Square Enix?
Maybe so. Of course, right now I would have to change things. Oh, yeah, that is what it is. Very good. Yeah, Square Enix. Yeah. I'm not sure it looks like it's going to be very good.
I think it's their first platformer, if I'm not mistaken. Square Enix's first platformer.
It's kind of weird. Doesn't it look very like I want to be Mario, but I'm not?
Yeah, I got that vibe immediately as I saw it.
Yeah. So, but that's what it is, guys. This photo here, you can dive more into it if you so choose. Soul Assassin, the Yakuza games are really good, in my opinion. Again, if you like that style, of games. And as far as the VR controllers go, Story Man Jack, I agree with you. We're very close to haptic gloves and suits. In fact, the suits exist now. In our lifetime, exactly. They're basically mocap, and you'll be wearing a mocap suit. This is why people ask me the question. Do you remember we were talking about this not too long ago about whether or not mocap was in the reach of people at one point in time, and Atlantean and I had a conversation on that, and I think that that's going to be gaming. Gaming is going to be capturing your actions. I think gaming is going to be a lot more physically involved than it ever has been before. We've seen jumps in that direction, and then fall back to the default position. But I think we're going to see a jump to it, and going forward, I mean, gaming is going to be more and more physically demanding. How's that for an answer? Pretty good?
Yeah. I think there's going to be always the option for the not physically demanding, but it's definitely going to move in that direction for whole new levels of immersion and like gameplay.
Yeah, I think so too. We also have an announcement in tabletop gaming, which means I get to play the. I just want to say thank you to our models for doing our great intros. It's just amazing. So, but we have a Warhammer announcement, guys. The Warhammer. This,
I think it looks dope.
It does look amazing, right? Somebody's painting skills are point, baby, point. It's look amazing, right? Well, Games Workshop has announces new Warhammer Underworlds Warband. It's getting itself another new edition. Announced as the Ozzyark Bone Reapers, and they're getting themselves a warband. Head on over there to check out the first mini preview. I think that looks pretty cool, and I can't wait to see what great community members like Bruce Lombardo and several others who paint these things are going to do with them, because I think it's going to be pretty amazing. So, you guys, I know I'm probably one of the only people who even tries to play tabletops. Do you guys ever?
I play. I have like a shit ton of War 40K stuff. I just don't have the paints or the time to paint it.
Paint it, yeah. That's where you hire somebody with mad skills, and then you just go play.
My skills aren't too bad.
All right. Well, let me ask you a question then, since you're the only person here that plays around with any of this. And now you're gone. Angelus, there he is. Oh, hello.
You're some
I see it. Beautiful.
This is the Cypher model from 40K. And I just altered it, added wings using my Demon Lord. This is Draven in 40K, basically.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Looks pretty sharp. Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. Well, so is this something you're probably going to jump on top of, Angelus? This particular
at some point. I don't know if I'll jump on that. I haven't played in like years, but I like painting the new models and stuff sometimes. Yeah. So other than just painting the same model like 20 million times, just gets boring to me. But every time I pick a new model and paint it, it would be like, energetic and fun to do. So I might pick up the models.
Yeah, well, they really are worth having, if that's any indication, based on what we see here in that, and in the presentation here. I think this is gorgeous, man.
It is. I thought it was a Necron at first, but I guess it's its own thing.
I think it's cool. Yeah, and obviously this polar bear person's the one who did this paint job, so that's freaking bad. But Warhammer is a crazy game, Soul Assassin. A lot of people get into it, and you can spend a ton of money.
That's one of the reasons I stopped playing.
Jackson's, I heard it costs hell of money. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially and if you're like me, you like build terrains and everything for your tables and all that. I mean, I was completely nuts when I was doing this, going straight, great guns. Of course, there were a lot of other things I could use the same pieces for not just Warhammer, but other tabletop stuff. So
it also doesn't help that Warhammer's stuff is overseas, so it's got to come over here when they make it. And we thought when they switched everything to plastic models, it was gonna make things cheaper. No, but it didn't.
No,
it just made them more expensive.
Yeah,
some of them were pewter at one point.
Yeah, they were. L Punk Tracy says he's headed out to watch the Snyder Cut Justice League. Very good. Hopefully, you get some enjoyment out of that. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you.
I'm halfway through it.
Yeah. I wasn't even gonna. That's not for this stream, to be honest with you. So let's move forward. Again, we're trying to get these shows done in an abbreviated fashion. We're very well prepared today, and so we are just clicking through all of the stuff we want to talk about. We talked a little bit about video game adaptations, previously. But there are absolutely plenty of them on the way yet. So let's go ahead and, of course, run our adaptations clip. And of course, there's a bunch of video game adaptations that we've talked about. There are 10 that should be coming in 2021. Some of these have some stories behind them. These aren't just for movies, but also for television. We've talked about, obviously, Uncharted, and obviously we're looking forward to the Sonic the Hedgehog sequel. But of course, Monster Hunter is actually out and available for people to take a look at. I've heard some interesting things about this. Have you had a chance to take a look at this, Kai?
No, I have not.
Yeah,
I've never played any of the Monster Hunter games. They look cool, but I don't know nothing about the adaptation, or the sword looks nice. The costumes look good.
I know,
but
and
I
Mila
don't really know much about
awesome, right? Check out Mila, man. Whoever
Which one's
thought
Mila? That's how much I haven't played the game.
Mila Jovovich. You don't know who?
Oh, on the left there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was in. I don't know.
No, I know Fifth Element and stuff.
Yeah,
Got you.
yeah, and all Resident Evil ever, and she's pretty much like. Who could have believed at the time that you had this beautiful model that was going to go on to become an action star? I mean, that's her whole career now, has been this amazing action star. But I think it's really cool. I'm gonna take an opportunity to check it out. I hope everybody else does as well. Without Remorse is on the way. This is a Tom Clancy Rainbow Six, obviously based on a game, but looks like we're going to get to see some really cool stuff. This is part spy, part shooter. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Of course, it's Michael B. Jordan. It looks like we'll get to see this soon if it's not already out. I haven't heard that it was out. Of course, we've talked about Uncharted. I still don't think Tom Holland was a good choice for this. Kai, thoughts?
I agree. He's Nathan Drake is his name, right?
Yep.
That guy. There it is. Yeah, he needs to be older. Like,
I thought the same thing
young,
at first too. But
Okay.
in the first game, he is the same age that Tom Holland is right now.
Seriously?
Yes. So
He's like really?
It's fine as far as their ages go. But he looks young.
Well, all right.
Yeah, he looks like he's 16 all the time.
If they do something that is like a little before the first game, then it will kind of work. Now, by the end of the game, then he's older, which Nathan Fillion did a great job portraying him in that like But I'll give this at least a chance.
Well, I'm okay too, but I'm not expecting very much. And of course, the last thing of course, we already talked at length about Mortal Kombat. Pretty pumped up about that one. Halo. This had some news today. Some people dropped some news on this, and it doesn't look like anybody that wants some reverence for this franchise is going to be very excited about this 10-episode TV project that we're going to get. I think a lot of people are going to have some frustration with Agenda being introduced into this. So there are some videos out there describing this today, guys. I'm not going to get too heavily into it, but it is what it is. It's just odd, that you would do this and tear it down. And then the last one I wanted to cover today was Dragon's Lair. Dragon's Lair, the movie. This looks pretty cool. Obviously, with Ryan Reynolds attached, I think it has a lot of potential. Yeah. Awesome. This was, of course, created by Don Bluth. The video game was based, you had a video game in the 80s. It was pretty amazing. I'm kind of excited for this project. If this actually makes it out to theaters this year, I'm going to be pretty stoked. So, but I don't know. Anyway, and then of course we have
as long as Ryan Reynolds is attached, I'm good with it.
Absolutely. And then Tomb Raider 2. Now we're going to get to some other Tomb Raider related conversation later in the stream, but Tomb Raider 2, guys. Did you like the reboot of the Tomb Raider in the first film based on this?
I thought it was okay.
Okay. What about you, Kai?
Didn't watch it.
Yeah,
I heard that one of the movies was pretty good, but I never watched them.
Yeah, it was okay. Like, it sort of reminded me of. It's based on the newer video game, but it kind of not necessarily fully followed it, but it sort of followed it a little bit. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Like, it wasn't like anything, man, this is the best movie ever. But it's just like a popcorn flick, It was worth watching.
I like the Angelina Jolie ones because they're so cheesy.
And that's actually part of this article. It says, they were fun adventures with Angelina Jolie, but they were nowhere near as visceral as Alicia Vikander's Tomb Raider 2018.
Yeah.
I wasn't really thrilled with this film, the reboot. And even the video games have not been something satisfying to me. They seem way too linear and
They
like
are.
very story based. It really like it takes no skill to beat the game because it walks you through. It's like playing a movie. It's very badly done. But that's just my opinion. Let's
But
get
wasn't
to that. Go ahead.
wasn't Lara Croft originally created as just as like a Valentine's Day character, like a pin, and then people were like, "What game is that? I want to play it." So they made a game, if I remember right.
Sure.
Like
Gosh,
Lara Croft was the.
Never heard that story.
I'll have to look into it because if I remember right,
I just
the
remember
game
playing it. I
came
just
from
remember
man.
playing it and saying this chick's freaking awesome. It's like it's like a female version of Indiana Jones, and I get to
Used to
play
play
it.
the demo all the time.
Yeah,
Demo.
yeah. And
Demos.
Tom Holland's Soul Assassin says Tom Holland's too soft to be Nathan Drake, in my opinion. He's a little soft. I agree with that. Soul Assassin, Dragon's Lair could make a great comedy. I think it's going to be a great comedy. I think Ryan Reynolds is going to be brilliant at it. And he also says Jolie versions were fun watches. Absolutely. Yeah. That was right before she went super bananas.
Shark.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think that was before her mom died and stuff. Like she went through a lot of stuff.
So the Witcher season 2 is on the way. So that will be pretty awesome, I think. I did not know Mark Hamill was going to be in it, but that'll be interesting. Sleeping Dogs. I guess we'll see. Yeah. This is a.
I have friends that worked on this game.
Film adaptation by Donnie Yen. So he created films Iron Monkey and IP Man. So this could be very good. Yeah, Ip Man, IP Man, whatever. And then Mega Man.
Oh, sweet.
Interesting.
This should be interesting.
Yeah. Well,
live action.
It started a long time ago in 2017, but it hit the pause button. So after the success of Sonic the Hedgehog, they hit the go button again. So let's see what happens. Hopefully it's good. I remember seeing some early animatics for it. So we'll have to determine at a later date if that's going to be any good to watch. But we'll see. And I think we are out of things to talk about on game adaptations. So let's talk a little bit about rumors, guys. Have you heard any new rumors out there in the world?
I heard that you were working on a book review, but I think it's just a rumor. I don't think.
I'm sorry.
There's nothing to substantiate that. Is all. There's no evidence. I can't verify it independently. You know,
I haven't heard anything.
I have a surprise for you in the next 2 weeks. So, but yeah, and you know, here's the thing. I think we're going to see, and I agree with you, Storyman. Angelina Jolie is your Lady Croft, absolutely. I think we're going to see more and more rumors coming true. Like there's some stuff on the horizon as far as games go that are starting to pick up some steam. The rumors of Grand Theft Auto 6 have started to be regened. The new Elder Scrolls stuff is starting to get out there again, especially after Elder Scrolls Online just recently launched its newest expansion. There's some games that are being talked about that are in the background that people have talked about, but we didn't have a release date for. And then there's some rumors that were substantiated recently regarding Vampire, not the Masquerade. Excuse me.
The Battle Royale or the other one?
The RPG game. I think we're going to see that move forward in an entirely different direction, since essentially they've kicked everybody out the door at this point.
Yeah,
So,
which is
those are the
disheartening.
things. Yeah, those are the things I've heard. I've had my ear to the ground on. So we'll have to see. And this is absolutely true. Yeah, they did an excellent story, Bounding Into Comics did, on why Johnny Cage isn't going to be in Mortal Kombat. And of course, it is for woke points. It's very disgusting how racist this is. And it's very, very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. And right now, all of the Elder Scrolls games are on Xbox Game Pass now. Yes. Very much worthwhile now that they've fixed all the bugs, so I think it'll be pretty good. What's going on, Keely Chow? Good to see you.
Hey, Keely.
Yeah. I am working on a book review myself, Kai. See? Storyman Jack
cool.
one for you. Yeah, so that'll be great.
I'm still on page
You've had
10.
it since September. You've had the book since September.
Yeah, I know. I love it. It's a great book. I've digested it twice, plus some more. Halfway through a third time. The boss actually has been reading it recently. So,
rock and roll.
Yeah, so you've given enjoyment to a lot of people. Well, so far, Keely, this is what you've missed. You missed. So you missed the news segment. Then you missed. Which is the new and upcoming games. You also missed. And finally, we were just wrapping up. We were just wrapping up this.
We didn't actually have any rumors, though, did we?
Well, here's the problem: the rumor mill was not very good this week. I'm sorry. I mean, there was rumors of stuff that were rumors of stuff, but other than the GTA 6 rumors that are back in the fold, or I should say, back in front of people's eyeballs, I don't think there were a lot of those going on there. So, yeah, there's a lot of that, and of course now. We're going to move on to the last segment, and then we are probably going to BS around because that's what we usually do at the end of the show. But we need to talk about, and this doesn't have any women in it, what we're playing. And there we go. All right, so let's start with Angelos. Angelos, what are you playing right now? What games on your radar? What's going on?
I'm still playing Control and what was the other one that I started?
Don't know.
Oh, Persona 5 Strikers. But I am working on playing Final Fantasy 14 Shadowbringers right now. So I'm going through the story in that, the MMO, which is fun. And then Season 6 of Fortnite just dropped. So we've been playing through that. Tomb Raider is in that. And it's pretty awesome. Classic version and new version.
There's a new game mechanic right now in Fortnite, isn't there?
Yeah, it's crafting. So to upgrade your stuff, you have to like hunt animals and get their bones, or destroy cars and get like the mechanical parts, and then you use those to upgrade your weapons or the like. And you can also combine like with the bow and arrow. You can combine any flammable object with the bow and arrow to get flaming arrows, or there's like stink arrows, explosive arrows, stuff like that. But it's fun. Cool. It adds like a new like element to it instead of just upgrading.
Is it possible to get multi kills now?
Oh, I could always get multi kills.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. I mean, but
get on my level, man.
It was always a pain in the butt, huh?
Get on my level.
I have no prayer getting on your level. I don't want to go out there and hang out with a bunch of 12-year-olds playing Fortnite. But whatever,
it's
dude.
all right. But it's very fun. Me and Shadows were like not sure how, going into this expansion base or into this season based on the last season, and they've definitely stepped up their game a little bit as far as adding good skins and the way the new stuff interacts. Apparently later you're going to be able to upgrade your vehicles too, so you can be able to put better tires on them, from what Shadows is telling me.
How about gliders instead of parachute things?
I wish. Well, you get a parachute with what's her name?
No, I'm
Tomb
good,
Raider.
but you know what I mean is to just upgrade some of that stuff. I mean, because
Dude, that
if
stuff
you
you
can
can't
get,
upgrade, but
if you can,
like I
if you
said
can
with the
get out
cars.
to the outskirts of the map on the other side, get all the gear and move to the middle, you could just kind of camp and kill everybody as they moved in.
Oh, you mean hide in the storm?
Yeah,
You can do that now.
I know.
You just have to make sure you have the right supplies. But
Yeah.
you'll be able to upgrade tires, and from what I hear, you'll be able to put guns and stuff on the cars as well. So we'll see how that goes.
All right.
That's
All
cool.
right. And Kai, what have you been playing lately, buddy?
I've started playing more games here on boardgamearena.com.
Oh, cool.
They've got some interesting stuff. I just wrapped up like a lava game. There's like a volcano in the middle, and then the towns are on the outside. And then every turn you get a lava tile to put down, and so the lava flow. Eventually, the whole board is covered in lava.
You have to share or no?
Sounds
or
like Sunken Island.
What?
Do you have anything you can share, like a visuals?
Sure. Let me see. Where do I see the
like Sunken Island? You have an island that is slowly sinking, and there's treasures on the island. You got to collect them all and get to the helicopter before the island sinks.
Let me see. Sure. So this is the game. I don't have a visual of it.
Oh,
Let
okay.
me see
I'll pull it
how
up.
to play.
Bam, there it is. Eruption, huh?
Yeah, there it
Oh,
is.
that's cool. All right.
Move. There we go. So it's just a digital version of this. You gotta line up the lava.
Ooh, is this
And
like
you can build
Settlers
walls.
of Catan?
Nah, it's just a lava game.
Or not Settlers of Catan.
but-
Carcassonne is what it reminds me of.
It looks really
Carcassonne.
cool. It looks really cool. That's kind of fun. So there's a digital version of that you've been playing, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's at boardgamearena.com has all kinds of games, but that one was very cool. I liked it. Whoops.
All right. Anything else you're playing you want to share or no?
I'm almost done with my Covenant campaign and WoW, so I'll be doing a video about that soon.
Cool. Can't wait to see that. Hopefully that goes
yeah.
up on the channel. Get some more stuff going on the channel. We need to start populating it with some cool videos. All right, and then I guess
you start making stuff again.
Yeah, me too. And then we have what I'm doing right now, which is Assassin's Creed Black Flag is what I'm playing on PS5 right now.
Oh yeah,
I really enjoyed this the first couple times through when I was playing it on the PS3 to the PS4. Remember that you could go from a PS3 to a PS4 with this game. And you could use the PS3 disc to play the PS4 version of this, which is what pissed me off about the backward compatibility issues. But whatever. This is a good game. I'm still enjoying it. Of course, my Ubisoft account is still connected, so I got access to a lot of the power-ups that I had earned in the previous gameplay. So that was kind of cool. And so far, I'm really enjoying it all over again. I think this was probably the last good Assassin's Creed.
Agreed.
But I mean, I enjoyed the other ones. Don't get me wrong, but I still think that this is one of the best. And of course, I'm also playing Cyberpunk 2077. I revisited Watch Dogs just to see if I really hated it as much as I said in the review that I did, and I still do. And it felt like such a waste. There were so many missed opportunities, and I hate saying that, but it seems like with all media, I love that. That is an awesome thing, dude.
this sexy statue.
I love it. Yeah, it is. It's freaking awesome. Yeah. Plus, in the background, dude, you have all the cool Assassin's Creed gear.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you're such a nerd.
I know. I have the Unity one, but in the move, I lost the sword. Like the tip of it broke off.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't take any of my statues out of the stuff. I almost never do. It's just I have they may be permanently ensconced in the shipping foam forever. Because I'll open it up and go, "Ooh, they're really pretty," and then I'll close it. But
I have a big orc statue from BlizzCon that I haven't. That's still in the box because I got nowhere to put it. But my next room is going to be bigger.
Beyond all of that, I just any final thoughts on before we start to wrap things up, gentlemen?
Nah.
No. Should we review all the things we talked about today?
Angelus, let me know if you need a third Fortnite. All right, that's it.
Okay, will do.
Angelus, anything you want to review before we review what we talked about?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Well, then here's what we talked about.
Gaming, I guess.
And then we talked about this. And then of course we tried to talk about this. And of course, there weren't really that many rumors out there we could talk about. And then we wrapped up, of course, like we always do.
Yo, Culture, look at the chat.
Oh, no,
look at the chat.
Wrong. Soul is happening. How fast we all get done without Runner having to have the last word.
That's why we're the OG3.
That's right. We love Runner, but Runner sometimes, but he's obviously busy today. I love having him here, but yeah, sometimes it's okay. We were the three OGs with our friend and pal Atlantean, and it was the four guys talking games, and now we're the Gaming Lounge. Anyway, look forward to some more content on the channel. You'll see this live stream hosted by, each one of us rotating. Of course, we have one channel to rule them all, and we're here just for your entertainment and ours, it seems like, when it comes to the segment intros. All right, Angelos, we're wrapping up. So what do you got going on before we close it out, my friend?
Later tonight, I'll probably be playing some more Fortnite. If we need a person, Kai, I will definitely get in touch with you. Usually we do it around 10 p.m. Eastern, so whatever works.
All right. Yeah, that's nice and early for me.
Yeah. All right. And then we have Kai. Kai, what are you working on, my friend?
I'm working on some art, and I'm packing up my room and garage and stuff. I actually spent yesterday with my mom and my aunt, and then after they left, I hung out with my friends, and we got drunk. It was a good time. So I'm so low energy right now.
You have friends? You have friends?
So many.
Oh, boy. Okay.
I have as many friends as you have strands of hair on your head.
Wow, dude, that's a lot of hair. I mean, that's a lot of friends. So like I said, I have the 6-minute dailies going forward every weekday. Those are a lot of fun. Today was probably the one I'm the most proud of in light of circumstances that happened yesterday. It just refocused me on the things that are important. So if you guys have 10 minutes to spare, fast forward through the first 2 minutes, which is just music, and check out the 6-minute daily for today. I'll share that out if you want to also. I give an editorial before I even start the 6-minute daily, so that's kind of cool. We have a bunch of streams that we're all on. I'm not sure, but I think I'm on Justin Proper here in about an hour or less. I've got several of the streams that I'm going to be making an appearance on, including over on Supreme Heretics channel for the Galactica Actual Podcast. Also from there, I'm going over to Comics Division's channel. We're going to talk about Thursday Night Throwdown. That's always an amazing stream. Be sure to check that out. Gets a little loose, gets a little crazy. There's some bad words said here and there. Other than that, guys, thank you so very much. You guys are just absolutely incredible. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we love to hang out. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. Stay safe, game well, and we'll see you soon.
Take care.
It occurs to me I don't have the short version of this.
Drop the ball, Culture.
I know it's terrible, but we can watch the girls dancing some more, which I like.